Welcome back to the Valkyrie Biker. Today I am going to go on a course for motorcycles. It's just like a little help tip course for me, just to get some more confidence back on the bike, just before I could do another CBT and then going on for DAS if I can possibly do it. Unfortunately, because I saved up all the money for DAS and then I've got to spend it again on other bits and pieces, so that's life, isn't it, really? But yeah, today I've just cleaned Nightshade, so there she is, all nice and sparkly. And yeah, pretty excited, a bit nervous, but you know, yeah, I'm seeing Steve at Ride On again today, and he's going to take me through the 2-hour little course just to get my confidence back on the bike, even though I have actually done quite a few kilometres since then. So I know it's not massive for a learned rider, but I've actually hit the 1,000 kilometre mark, yay! So I'm really excited about that. So I'm probably going to keep her for at least another 6 months until I can get my DAS sorted, but I'm going to keep on getting those kilometres on the bike and keep that confidence going. It's a beautiful day today. It's the 1st of April, so no joke though, we are going out, and it has been snowing, funny enough, which is a bit strange, but there you go. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'll let you know how I get on with the course, and see you later. Right, we're back. I just dropped the kids off, so that's why I'm in a car. A bit different today. Yes, so I just had the 2-hour taster session, as it were, with Steve at Ride On, and we were with another rider who was going for his DAS later on in a few weeks' time, which is really good to see, you know, the standards and everything. And obviously he was a lot better than me. Yeah, he was, so what happened was that we were following, just trying to get some really good practice and good habits for the slalom. So going in between cones, figure eight, we did U-turns, emergency stop, that sort of thing. And I have to say it was a lot better with my figure eights. However, I found it quite difficult still to control the bike, and I did put my foot down a few times and I was like, oh, I'm frustrated, I've done this before. But it was a lot better than it was when I, under pressure, not under pressure, but under sort of someone actually watching me and making sure I'm doing things right. So overall, I was better than my last time I did this with my pre-assessment, you know, pre-course assessment. So I know I've improved when I've been out over at the Hemsbury Head car park and practicing figure eights. I need to try and practice them within about 4 paces for each cone, as it were. So so that was the figure eight. The slalom was really interesting. I never tried the slalom before, having to go left and right in between these cones. Yeah, the first time I completely mucked it up. I put my foot down, I was going, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? But yeah, it was all right. I think now I understand the not only the reasons behind it, but I understand the mechanics of how you do it. And like shifting the body slightly is really strange, you know. So, but I'm certainly finding with the keyway, it's quite difficult to do all these, I suppose, mod 1 type of course and tests. As Steve was saying, you know, if you can do the slalom, you can do the figure eight and do all the difficult maneuvers on a large or a very long and heavy bike like mine on the keyway, and your feet placement's obviously different because my one's hasn't got the pegs, it's got the flat foot pads on there. Then changing to a like a heavier bike with the same length potentially might be okay, you know. So I'm glad I went for the keyway. It's a harder bike to learn riding on before you want to go for a DAS, so he tells me. But if you can get it on the keyway, then it should, cross fingers, become a little bit better when I go for the bigger bike, because I'm kind of used to the largeness of the bike. Obviously the power is not going to be there, and the forgiveness is not going to be there as you do with the 125. But yeah, the other thing was emergency stops. Now I did emergency stops for the CBT before, of course, we had to do that and passed it. Interestingly though, having to use not the foot brake but just your right hand brake for front brake, and in a sort of 5 second gradual squeeze of that handbrake, as it were. So the first time I did foot brake a bit too much, and my back wheel skidded slightly, and I wobbled, and I got it right again, and I stopped and I was fine. And I thought, oh wow, I've never done that before. So that was a bit of like, oh my gosh, I had like smelly pantalones at that point. But it turned out okay. The second time I tried it, I was trying to ease a bit, just concentrate more on my right hand braking. I broke too slowly, so because of concentrating on trying to get this grip and then ease it. Third time round was a little bit better, so that's something I'm going to be practicing definitely with everything else that Steve has gone through. And I think these skills are really important, not just for a DAS, but just generally, you know, your for safety on the road. So that was the emergency stop. The U-turn, I thought, what the hell? I thought, oh my gosh, I can't remember if I did a U-turn or not on the CBT. Must have done something like that. But of course, on a car, it's more difficult to do a U-turn. We do like 3-point turns. So I did this U-turn, and what was it? But you don't need to indicate to turn right to do a U-turn, otherwise it confuses people. So just leave your indicators off. So this is what he was saying to me, but always of course do your life check, your over-the-shoulder lifesaver. And then we came to a stop, and the first time was a little bit wobbly, but I did it. And then I did it actually on the road when I had overshot a junction. He told me to take a left, and I went on the second left. So consequently I lost him for a few minutes, and I thought, oh my gosh, he's not there. And I was going to hear him on my ear going, right, you got to go to the next roundabout, you got to turn left, and then I see you. And I thought, okay, then I couldn't see him, and he was right behind me. He could see me. When it reckoned, now you can do a U-turn. Thinking, oh, I'm going to be doing a U-turn on the real life. But I did it. I was really proud of myself. Definitely, if you haven't ridden for a while and you haven't got the confidence, or you've ridden for a while but you just want to get those skills back and make sure you haven't made too many mistakes or got too many bad habits and things, then yeah, grab yourself a course. I mean, this one was a 2-hour course, and it's well worth it. I mean, yes, I feel I've got lots to learn, but I feel that I've actually improved since the last time I had a little assessment with him. I'm nowhere near DAS qualified to even think about going to a DAS just yet, so I think I might just stick around a few months, get some more practice in, get the CBT out of the way again, then redo my theory, and then have a look at maybe a DAS later on. Anyway, I better pick the kids up. So I'll see you later on. Thanks ever so much for tuning in to here. Please ride safe, ride careful out there. Now we've got some snow coming in April, for goodness sakes. And I'll catch you later on. Remember to like and subscribe and share. That's really helpful for the channel. Thanks again. Take care. Bye bye.